Good day, students. Once again, we're going to be looking at part two. And part two is a continuation from part one. And this part, we're going to be really zeroing in on the different members of the roof in a cross-sectional drawing. So if you go back from part one, this gives us the outline of our floor plan, the walls and the slab, thickness of the slab, also the outline of our roof. Alright, however, we're going to zero in more on our roof to show the different members in our roof according to what has been cut, following the cutting plane line in the cross-sectional drawing. Now we're going to draw the height of our rafter, and the rafter height here is going to be 150 millimeters. This gives me my rafter height. Also, we have that member of the roof. That thickness here is called the ridge. Let's identify our ridge. It's the highest point of our roof based on this plan. Thickness of our ridge. Alright, so this is our ridge in which our common rafters are attached. That rectangular shape here represents our ridge. Now common rafters, they are attached to our ridge just as in our roof plan here. Alright, so above our rafter we have our ply. Just above our rafter we have our ply, and our ply is 12 millimeter in thickness. It represents our ply. And right above the ply we have what is known as purlines, and we're going to make that 50 millimeters in vertical height. And a chamfer it. So from here we're going to draw back onto this line perpendicular, and our first purline, right, so we have the height, we'll make it 50 millimeters as well. So I'm going to offset 50. This is my purline, and I'm going to make that 600 millimeters an equal distance. So I'm going to offset 650, enter. At 50 I added is a 50 that shows the thickness of my purline. From this point here, this line here, to this line here is 50. So as 50 plus 600 is going to give me 650. So I'll offset this, two lines. And if I were to measure the distance between, it will give me 600 spacing. See that? 600. Then I'm going to copy each of these. I'm going to paste them. So I copy it from here, Go back, I copy it from here, and I paste it in the front line, hyperline. All right, so notice I don't have 600. So I'm going to copy my upper line, and I'm going to bring it close down to the end of my roof as the last one. Now, these power lines have been cut, including my ridge. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into hatch, I'm going to go into wood one, and I'm going to draw my symbol that indicates a lumber has been cut. I'm going to see the thickness of my materials here in my roof. ANSI 31 is going to be my symbol I'm going to use. So I draw into it. 1, 2. And my scale here is 5.2. I tend to draw about 3 of these. Enter. I go back into it again. And I continue. 1, 2, 3. Enter. Repeat. 1, 2, 3. And my final one. I'm also going to do my ridge. Draw my ridge. I'm going to increase the distance of my ridge. The 7. Enter. Right, so I have on the side here one aspect of my roof members. Right, my ridge. So I have my ridge here. You have my rafters here attached to my ridge, common rafters. The space here is the distance of my ply, and above my ply you have the pole lines, in which this line here represents my galvanized line, in which the galvanized will be attached to the will be fastened to the pole lines. So I'm going to mirror so I can get the same thing on the other side of my roof members. So I'm going to mirror this. So I click mirror and I click on all my roof members here. All my roof members. I click them. I miss this one. I come with me of my roof and make sure my restrict crosser automatically is on. I come at the center of my roof, which is this point here. I come down. I click no. And this is going to give me the other half of my roof members, because my roof is symmetrical in dead center. Alright, so my roof is symmetrical, and this is going to give me the different aspect of my roof members here. Alright, oh, we're not quite finished. Now even the fascia board, if you go back into my roof, you recognize that the cutting plane line pass through this red line here, which is a representation of my fascia board. Right? The other line represents my guttering. So that fascia board has a thickness of 1 inch, which is 25 millimeters when you round off. So I'm going to offset that 25 inside. This is my 25. This is my 25 here. And I'm going to extend my line to meet it here. This also has been cut, and I'm going to get that rectangular shape. So I'm going to also highlight this in my wooden symbol for members that has been cut. One and two. Enter. Right? So the rafter is attached to my fascia board. And we have all our roof members here now. Right? Again, like the video, subscribe so you can get more educational videos on cross-sectional drawings. And part 2, we have looked at the members of a roof, the type of roof plan, right? Based on the roof here is a hip roof, but we're going to see that roof in that triangular shape based on weight as it's been cut, right? So we get a triangular shape representing the shape here. So once again, thank you, and we're going to see in part 3.